welcome to Vinteum's YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, then do click the subscribe button down below as we bring videos every single week about the HOA and condo industry. My name's Layla, I'm head of marketing and customer success here at Vinteum, and I'm here with Frank Hammer, who is our account executive. And today we're going to be talking about changes in the HOA and condo industry and how we've noticed those come about since we've started working. So Frank, tell me, how did you start working in the HOA and condo industry?
Oh, well, thanks for the introduction, Layla. So I kind of came upon Vinteum software in 2020. I was really interested in getting in the tech space, where I actually was introduced to Vinteum software. Prior to that, I actually had very little familiarity with the HOA condo industry, but since then I've certainly gained a lot of knowledge about the industry. And I thought it was a really fascinating thing that when I first joined in 2020, it was the height of the pandemic. And really a hot topic for boards at that time is they weren't able to meet in person internally with the board of directors, and then residents were not being informed of what was going on because they couldn't have in-person meetings anymore. So with our software, Neigbrs by Vinteum, we have our online virtual meeting tool, which actually helped boards be able to communicate with residents and internally about what was going on without having to meet in person. So that was really unique to that time, but it actually has transitioned into this new era where people are a lot more comfortable with those virtual meetings still to this day. People utilizing Zoom on a daily basis now, they're much more comfortable with it. So even though boards can meet in person, it's kind of shifted into that hybrid meeting option now, where people are meeting in person, but also from the comfort of their own home as well, in their PJs, sitting on their couch, sitting in their HOA board meeting, which is really interesting.
That's so interesting that you would say that, because I started way back in 2018 and we've always done our demos online. We do a lot of online work since the beginning, since we work across the US. It's important for us to do it online, and people had so much difficulty joining Zoom meetings, understanding how they worked, and that's just completely different now.
Yeah, even myself at that time, but we've all gotten a lot more comfortable with it.
Yeah, for sure. And another hot topic, the hottest topic, is inflation. It increased hugely in 2022 with 8% inflation, which is huge for people. How do you feel that that has changed HOA and condos?
It's changed things really drastically. So obviously prices are increasing for everyone, right? Prices for property management companies, they're increasing their costs. Vendors such as landscapers or any other vendors working in the community, they need to raise their costs. But where is that excess funding coming from within the HOA? The HOA is not trying to continue to increase the rates for their residents, because the residents are also affected by inflation, in their daily lives. They're already having a challenge paying their monthly or quarterly or annual dues. So the boards are looking for other ways to increase their budget without actually having to increase HOA dues. So, things like going self-managed. Communities are kind of deciding to take a lot of the burden on themselves versus relying on the property management company. But also other things, looking for other ways to reduce costs, like digital solutions, such as implementing something like Neigbrs by Vinteum. A lot less paper and a lot more digital style communications.
Yeah, definitely. And is there any other change that you've noticed since you started working?
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a huge change. It's kind of always been a thing. Communities and people in general are just really worried about safety. They want to be more safe in their comfort of their own home, with their families. They want the neighborhood to be very safe. And, in the past, communities would hire a lot more security, like physical security guards, but unfortunately with the cost of inflation, that doesn't really make sense anymore, so they're looking for that digital solution. So more security cameras. A unique thing is actually license plate reader technology. So if there's ever a suspicious person within the community, that LCP can actually just read the license plate and figure out exactly who that is and whether or not it's a dangerous person in their community, which is really interesting.
Really, really interesting technology. And what do you guys think? What have you noticed? Any changes since you've become a resident or a board member or even a manager of a community? Have you seen any changes in the industry? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you next time.
Great, thanks for stopping by.